What's going on, Raiders? Duelim here, and today we're going to be pulling some shards for the Champion Chase tournament. And I'm very excited because we do have a boosted summon for Leonardo as well. We also have 2x drops on legendaries and epics from the Void Shards, so I'm really excited for that. Plus, we are coming to the end of the Smart Fella Titan event, getting real close to getting that Donatello 5-star perfect soul. So if you're ready, let's get into it. But first, make sure you're clicking that download link or scanning the QR code to get Karato Fox Hunter. The second you start the game, an amazing legendary nuker. At level 10, you're going to be getting Tagore, an amazing epic support character. At level 20, you're going to be getting Fane, who's got some incredible turn meter steal, as well as some pretty crazy damage. And then at level 30, you're going to be getting Vergus, who's a defense-based champion, to help keep your other characters alive. And then this is super important. Day number 1 within the first 24 hours of making your Raid Shadow Legends account. Type in promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong, one of the best free legendaries they have ever given. And if you're on iOS, make sure you're clicking a different link in the description to type in any promo code. All right, so what I also did here is I did have a free Prism Shard that I had, and it automatically pulled, and I was curious to see because the Prism Shard closed right when the Champion Chase tournament started. And I know it goes straight to your inbox, and I was curious if those points would go straight to the Champion Chase or not. So I'm curious who I got, first of all. Okay, I got Allure, which is not bad at all. Allure's great. I'm completely fine with this. Allure is actually really good. Amazing A1 here, especially on an ally attack with like Farrakhan in Fire Knight. Absolutely nuts. Turn meter reduction, stuff like that. Obviously not Fire Knight hard, but attacks all enemies 2 times. Each has a 30% chance of placing a decreased defense buff for 1 turn, and places a sleep debuff for targets under decreased defense debuffs. So this will also potentially help in Sand Devils as well. A3 here attacks 1 enemy, has a 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit, will ignore 50% of the target's defense. Really great epic champion, so I will take it. Amazing. Now I'm curious if the points actually counted for the Champion Chase tournament, and it looks like they actually did. I got 250 points from that. Wow, okay. So I actually got the 250 points from that. So that's actually pretty interesting. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that, actually. So a little bonus from the 250 points there just from not opening it and letting it go to my inbox. Now, what I want to do is I am going to pull my 30 Void Shards. That's pretty much the goal right now, and then kind of go from there. 33 Void Shards because we do have the 2x on epics and legendary. So we got 16% epic, 1% legendary. We do have the Mercy system here as well, and it's after 200 without a legendary, and I have never gotten a Void legendary before. So hopefully this is the time to do it because we do have Leonardo as the boosted 10x summon, and this guy is absolutely insane, especially with his A3 hero turtles together. This is absolutely nuts. Attacks all enemies. The damage inflicted by this skill increases by 5% for each buff on all allies and enemies. Removes all buffs from all enemies. If this attack kills an enemy, this effect cannot be resisted. And there's also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Unity, so we're getting 15% ignore defense here for each turtle, so you're going to get 45%. We're also going to get increase the damage dealt by this skill and proportional to this champion's missing HP. Also really nuts. And then activates this skill whenever an ally's HP drops below 50%. Whenever. Now, it doesn't say if it's going to put it on cooldown or not, so I'm kind of curious to see if it actually would put it on cooldown, because that would be absolutely disgusting if it didn't. But you see here, 4-turn cooldown does get booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. And we also have this, which is really nice. Places a stone skin buff on this champion for 1 turn each time this champion HP drops below 50%, so that he can go above and below 50% HP a bunch. So this gives him a bunch of survivability. Obviously, he is a defense-based champion, so his damage is based off of defense, so he's going to be very tanky, and that is the goal. It would be absolutely insane if we can pull him. I'm going to pull 3 solo voids here, and then we will pull the 3 10-packs, see where we're at for the event, and then keep on going from there. So I do have Hell Hades pulled up if I pull anybody decent, so I can look them up. So let's do it now. All right, first one, we got Dagger. Reviews, surprisingly good rare character, which there are some actually really good rare characters in this game, especially for some niche areas. So a 3-star overall rating for a rare is not bad. I will take it. Damage, legendary, and faction wars. Okay, I could do that. Book priority, easy. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each critical hit decreases the turn meter by 4%. That's not terrible. Attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased debuff for 2 turns. All enemy decreased defense. That's not bad at all on what, a 3-turn cooldown when booked, and it's a rare, so easy to book. And then the A3 attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a 25% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns, has a 50% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff if the target is under decreased defense. So you do the A2 first, then you do the A3. Not bad. 5.8 multiplier on that attack, which is kind of nuts. So that's really, really good. Okay, I'll take it. Nothing wrong with that. That's actually surprisingly good. Okay. All right, let's do 2 more. Let's see what we get here. I don't want more rares, please. I want as many epics and legendaries as possible. All right, another epic. Not bad either, seems. Daywalker. Okay, Knight's Revenant. All right, cool. Let's do 1 more, and then we'll do 3 10-packs here and see what we get. We got another rare, so we're getting nothing but rares here. Painsmith, I don't think Painsmith is good. Arena Offense, really. Ice Golem, fascinating. Attacks one enemy, Enemies by the skill cannot be revived. That's why Ice Golem. That makes sense. Places a block, buff, debuff in the champion for 2 turns and the attack kills an enemy. Cool. Attacks one enemy, damage increases. 15% of the target has no active buffs. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense why. All right, so let's back out of this. So now we are going to do 3 10-packs here. So let's see what we can get here. Let's see how lucky we can get. Dude, if I get Leonardo, I would be ecstatic. Before we do that, let me make some room in my vault real quick. I'll be back. All right, we are back. I did make a bunch of room, so we got plenty of space now for the 30 voids. Let's do it. Let's see what we got here. I know you could pull directly to the reserve vault, but no, I'm good. I need to really take time and go through my vault, as you saw from Valley Flying Roast in my vault. That was a great video with him. Make sure you check that one out. That one was really fun. That was a long one, too. I enjoyed that one. All right, let's do it. 3 10-pack pulls. Let's see what we can get. Let's get lucky. Let's do it. Come on. 10. Come on. Give me a legendary. Give me Leonardo. Come on. Okay. I hate that little pause. It always makes me think I'm getting a legendary. All right. Nothing but rares so far. Doesn't look like any useful rares either. 500 tournament points, though. Cool. I'll take that. So nothing wrong with that. Let's get into another 10. All right. Another 10. Let's do it. We still got another 10 after this, so let's get lucky here. An epic, okay. Towering Titan, cool. Another epic. Cardinal's very good. Team-wide revive as well. Demitha, amazing. Okay, Demitha's a good pull, actually. Demitha's actually a really good pull from what I remember. But yeah, let's go in order here. So we got Towering Titan first. Towering Titan. Spelling is hard. Don't judge me. All right, Towering Titan. This guy looks awesome. Void, but he's hot trash. All right, moving on. Who do we got next? We got Cardinal. I'll show you guys Cardinal because Cardinal's actually really, really, really good. You see, I already looked her up, but she's very solid. She's got a team-wide revive, and I think they revive with 100% turn meter as well. She's like one of the best epic revivers. Part of the Sacred Order as well. Definitely going to be useful in faction wars. Protection and support, great. Reviving, godlike. Obviously, not that great anywhere else. Not like nothing to write home about anywhere else, but the main thing, poison on the A1, heals a target for 30% of their max HP and an increased defense buff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, book down, and then revives all dead allies, heals them by 25%, and boosts their turn meter to the max. That is nuts on a 5-turn cooldown. That is great. So a lot of people use this in Siege as well because they'll just put Cardinal in like Stone Skin and then they'll just have everybody get revived after they all die, and then all your nukers are coming back with full turn meter and ready to just delete. So a lot of people do that in like Arena, Live Arena, and Siege a bunch too. And then the last one was Demitha, and I'm 99% sure Demitha is kind of nuts. if I remember correctly. Indeed, a 4.5. Absolutely. Very, very good. That's what I thought. This is a dwarf as well. Yeah, dwarves. Okay, awesome. This will help in faction wars as well. Great. Okay, Demon Lord, 5 stars. Awesome. Okay, Magma Dragon, some Doom Tower. Really great in pretty much every dungeon except for Phantom Shogun. Even in hard mode, pretty decent. Okay, let's see the kit, because I don't know what Demitha does. Attacks one enemy. Each hit has places a shield buff for 2 turns equal to 10% of this champion's max HP on the lowest on the ally with the lowest HP except this champion. So this is kind of like Duchess, but without the except this champion, because Duchess does herself and the lowest. So it's kind of like Duchess. 8 levels on the A1 is absolutely fascinating. That's a lot of books. Oh my. At least it's an epic character, so it's not that bad. The A2, Light of the Deep, book down to a 3-turn cooldown, increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. That's already kind of nuts. Then decreases the duration of all ally debuffs by 1 turn. That's also nuts. Also heals all allies by 2.5% of their max HP. Heals by a further 2.5% of their max HP for each turn added to or removed from the duration of buffs and debuffs by that skill. Holy cannoli, that's kind of nutty, especially if you're running this with like some turtles, and the turtles have a bunch of those debuffs: the increased speed from Donatello, the strengthen, the continuous heal on the A3 as well. A lot of buffs going out here. This is really nice, actually. That's cool. And then Channel the Bloodline places a block damage buff on all allies for 1 turn and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. On a 3-turn cooldown is also very, very nice. Okay, very cool. Speed, HP percent, defense, regeneration, speed, protection. Makes sense. Very cool. I will take it. I know Demitha. I'm going to get a lot of use out of her, so that's awesome. We got 10 more to go. Still no legendary, but I think we can do it. Let's get it. Come on. Last 10. Let's get the legendary. Let's get Leonardo. Let's not have to worry about anything coming in the future of whatever it is. All right, another epic. We got Godseeker Aniri. Yes! Godseeker. I'm so happy for Godseeker. Okay, cool. Amazing pull for Godseeker there. Madame Saris as well. Not bad. I've seen some arena use there as well. So Madame Saris, not too shabby at all. I know Godseeker Aniri is very good. I've seen a good friend of mine using Godseeker on a Hydra team, if I'm not mistaken, Mobile Gamer. So we got Godseeker Aniri, Void Legendary. I think a 4. Yeah, 4. Very, very nice. What is this? So defense champion. Okay, cool. And then Sacred Order. Awesome. This will definitely help for faction wars as well, because I only have a couple good Sacred Order when it comes to like Alice and I think Titus is Sacred Order too, right? A1, Blade of the Blessings. Attacks 1 enemy, heals the ally with the lowest HP by 5% of their max HP. Cannot heal this champion. Quest for Meaning. A2, book down to a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, heal allies by 15% of their max HP. Then decreases the duration of all buffs on all enemies by 1 turn. And increases the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. So exactly like Demitha. Very, very interesting. Like literally the exact same of Demitha. Except for the healing is scaling on Demitha, depending on how many buffs you have. This one is just a flat 15%. Very interesting. Okay. That's cool. And it also attacks all enemies. Okay, awesome. And his damage is based on defense, it looks like, as well. So cool. Then Rise of Glory revives a dead ally, so single reviver, with 50% HP, then fills their trim meter by 50% and resets the cooldowns of all their skills. That's really nice. On a 4-turn cooldown, book down is really cool. Now, Guardian Angel on a 4-turn cooldown, book down. Passive effect increases the amount of healing allies receive by 10%. That's already awesome, especially with the turtles, because of Donatello with the A1 hitting a bunch. That's actually really nice. If an ally is about to get killed by a fatal hit, preempts that hit and instantly places a revive on death buff on them for 1 turn before the damage is taken. That's really, really nice. That's very, very, very useful. I like that a lot. Okay, speed, HP, defense, super easy to build. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we do have, who else did we have? We also had Madame Saris as well. Now, I know Madame Saris is a little bit more niche use. I have seen her used in the arena a good amount for like a decreased defense, a super fast decreased defense. I'm curious where else I'd be able to use her. 4 stars, so not bad. Looks like pretty good in faction wars. We have Dark Elves. Cool. I definitely need Dark Elves. That's really nice. We got a Fear, a 20% chance of placing Fear. and it increases the more debuffs they're under. So it goes up to a 45% if they're under 2 or more debuffs. That's cool. I like that. Tricks and Treats attacks all enemies, has a 40% chance of stealing 1 random buff from each target. Places a block debuff buff on all allies for 2 turns. If any buff is stolen, places a True Fear debuff for 1 turn on enemies who have buff stolen. So accuracy up the wazoo, but a True Fear AoE is kind of nuts. That's actually not bad at all. Then Midnight Ritual removes all buffs from enemies, places a 50% decrease attack debuff and a 60% decrease defense debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, 4-turn cooldown, book down. Obviously, decrease attack, decrease defense is always very nice. Again, that's her arena usage right there, is really, really great. And then passive places a shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. When attacked while under a shield buff, has a 35% chance of placing fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. That's actually really good. That's really, really nice. So a lot of fear coming out from this character. Emergency heal is going to be the way to go. Accuracy, just like I thought, speed, and then just some survivability. Interesting they put crit rate here. I don't really know if she wants damage, but I guess crit rate as well if you can get it there. But I'm going to focus on accuracy, speed, and HP percent for sure. So let's see where we're at for the tournament. We did pull all of our voids. Did not get lucky, unfortunately, but let's see where we're at. We got some pretty good epics. I say we didn't get lucky, but we really did, honestly. We got really lucky. All right, so we are just under the 4,200 mark. Given that, I really want to open up more shards, if I'm being honest with you. I really want to get those other 800 points just to make my life easier. I really do. I really, really do. I have a feeling I'm going to regret that. I'm curious where I'm at in the Smart Fella Titan event. So I need, what, 145 more points? How much is this spider giving me? All right, we're doing some math here. Please hold. Spider's giving me 40, so I need 105 left. Okay. I still need the shredders, so that's 55. Cool. So 55 left. And then let's see. 55 left. And then I do have a dungeon divers that's going on, so that would be another 50. Then I need only 5 more, and then the fusion warm-up event will give me the 30. All right, I'm saving all my shards. That's it. That's the end. That's it. We're done. We are done. So no Leonardo. A little unfortunate. I don't have to go for that extra the extra points because I'll be able to get there from the rest of the events that are running. So nothing wrong with that at all. I'm also on the top, #1 of my polls here, if I'm not mistaken, but that definitely will not stick. If I can get #2, that would be lovely. So I can get the legendary skill tome. That'd be awesome. I doubt #1 is going to stick around, but hey, maybe I'll get lucky. Who knows? I did get lucky for the Donatello Fusion event, got some extra shards, so hopefully it works out well. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Make sure you're clicking that download link in the description below. Get started off in Raid Shadow Legends the best way possible. 3 legendaries, 3 epics, one of them being Michelangelo, who is absolutely insane. Free champion. Make sure you start before October 30th. Wow, we're already in September, by the way. But yeah, make sure you're doing that. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, Raiders.